We hear from lots of job seekers who tend to apply to more than one type of role. In fact, they usually have a separate resume for each of those job types. And so how do you use McCoy effectively if that sounds like you? Well, the good news is we've built something in McCoy Pro called Targeted Reels that allows you to create custom content that pertains to each of the different types of roles that you tend to apply to. So you can think of your main reel as more general than that, right? So this is content that you would be comfortable sharing with anyone. So it doesn't matter what job you're applying to, your main reel would do a good job of explaining who you are. What you can do in a targeted reel is also add content that pertains specifically to the role in question. So for example, if I tend to apply to, let's say, marketing roles on the one hand and sales roles on the other, I might want to answer a question or create a video that I only want the marketing people to see and not the salespeople. So that is really easy to do in targeted reels. And the content that you create in each targeted reel, goes on essentially on top of the foundation content, so the main reel. So it'll be the first content that they see when they go through your McCoy reel, and then they'll see the rest of your main reel. Okay, so I've upgraded to Pro, and I'm on the Pro tab. You can see the switch at the top. And so here is the main home screen where I can see all of the targeted reels that I've created. So in my example, I'm applying to both marketing jobs and sales jobs. You can see here I have a marketing director targeted reel. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna click this Create Targeted Reel button at the bottom, and then I'm gonna create one that is called Sales. So here I'm in the sales targeted reel that I've just created. And the first category here, it says prepare your talking points. So this will look familiar, right? So this is the same way that you create content in your main reel, except when you go into create your talking points, this talking point and the content that you're going to create really is only for a sales audience, right? So I'm going to click into accomplishments. And the first one here is tell me about your greatest work accomplishment. So I might be thinking, I want to talk about my greatest sales-oriented work accomplishment in this targeted reel. And maybe in my marketing reel, I might want to talk about my greatest marketing accomplishment, right? So I don't need to mix the two, but I want the salespeople that receive the targeted reel about, that it pertains to sales roles to hear about my sales accomplishments. So I can go in here and create a talking point in much the same way that I've created talking points for my main reel, and then later go back and record them. Okay, so I finished writing my talking point, and now I want to record this piece of custom content and add it to this sales targeted reel. So right here you see it says create targeted content, add custom content. I'm gonna hit that plus button. And with a targeted reel, I can add 3 total custom items that, again, will show up at the beginning of your reel, right? And will add to your base or main McCoy reel. So I'm gonna hit this plus button, and then I'm gonna go to record your narrative. So there you see the talking point that I've created about my greatest work accomplishment. So I'm gonna click that, and then I'm gonna get ready to record. And then this is the talking point that I've written, right? So it's about how I closed the first 6-figure contract and the history of my company. So I'm gonna go ahead and record this and then add it. It'll add to this targeted sales reel. Okay, I'm back on the main screen for Pro, and I'm gonna show you what I've just recorded. So go into sales, the targeted reel that I've just created, and you can see on the bottom it says preview targeted reel, right? So this can give you a sense of what your reel looks like. So this is me, and then this is the targeted reel that I've just created for sales, right? So this piece of content about my greatest sales accomplishment is not going to be found in my main McCoy reel, right? So if I send someone the link to my main reel, they're not going to see this. They're only going to see this if I share my targeted reel with them, right? So the rest of my content is just my main reel, which everyone gets to see if they have the link to my McCoy Reel. So if I want to send, let's say I'm applying to a sales role, I want to send the targeted reel that pertains to sales, I click on this arrow at the bottom, the share button, and I copy a link here. So this is the link to my targeted reel for sales, right? So this is a different link than the main McCoy Reel link that you use, generally speaking. So I can take that link and I can put it in a job application or email communication to someone hiring for a sales role, and only people that have that specific link will be able to see that content. So all of the targeted reels that you've created will be on this screen. So anytime you want to send someone a targeted reel, you come here and let's say, I'm gonna send someone my marketing director reel. You just go into that targeted reel, click preview targeted reel, and then click this share button. And you can grab the specific URL link for that targeted reel. And you can create targeted reels for really any situation, not just a specific job type, but even for a company, right? So if I'm applying to a job at a company that I'm really interested in, I might want to create a custom piece of content that really only pertains to that opportunity. So in summary, it's really easy to add custom content to a targeted reel in Pro. You come here, you create a targeted reel, you add content, and it's separate and distinct from your main reel, and you can use it to really get ahead, gain an advantage for specific scenarios.